feel just like a rock star.
Hey guys,
it's Trey
and Stephanie
back on your screen once again.
How are you guys today? How are you beautiful people doing? Thanks for coming back to our channel.
Yeah, it's been a minute since we uploaded. We apologize about that. We've just been busy with exams, end of the school year, officially seniors and all, so just getting our summer plans together.
We've been really stressed, but something that's helped me out when I've been in the middle of binge studying, because I studied a lot. Okay, I did, I swear. Like, at my parents, don't get mad at me for my grades, because I swear I really did try. But I was like, studying, doing my thing on a Saturday night weekend, and I was watching 13 Reasons Why.
We both were.
Season 2. It was lit. It was amazing. It was an emotional roller coaster.
It was insane.
My things were like this, and then, like, it was...
So if you guys haven't figured, today we are going to be discussing the second season of 13 Reasons Why and our opinions of each character, storyline, and everything. I'm going to start off by saying that this season, in my opinion, really did exceed season 1. And for me, I really liked it. I feel like it was very emotional. The character dynamic was amazing this season. There's characters that I could not stand season 1 that I absolutely like.
Okay.
I fell for this season. I was like, oh my gosh.
Pretty much season 1 consisted of me liking 2 people. 3. It was Tony, Clay, and Hannah.
I didn't like Hannah season 1. I like Zach. I did like Zach season 1.
Okay, the thing with me is that I only had like a little bit of characters that I liked season 1, and I was like, season 1, I was like, I don't know how this, like, it's hitting points, but it's not hitting them good enough. Like, I don't know how I feel about it yet. But season 2 came back, hitting hard, hitting so many legit points and things that actually happen that adults don't talk about. And it was just super, super, super duper intense. And I just really liked this season. I liked the way certain characters develop, how certain characters really downfall, and they hit harder on how much of a influence and how much they did affect the situation. And I liked how much harder they did try for Hannah and for other people who had gone through this. And I did feel like there were some scenes, one certain scene that was really intense.
Yeah, I think I know what scene we're both talking about. That was too much. It
was a little bit too much, but I did understand, because that does actually happen. There have been cases shown that happens, statistics, things like that actually happen, which is what happened a lot throughout this season. And I felt like it just did so much more than just season 1 did.
Yeah. So pretty much we're just going to go down character by character about how we feel about each one. So first we're going to start with Tyler Down. You go first, Steph.
Okay. Season 1, I low-key felt for him. Like, I legit felt for him a little bit.
I do too.
I was like, my man doesn't deserve this. Like, he doesn't deserve what he went through.
Because it's like, he was like weird. It was not right to stalk people, but still, I feel like he was just misunderstood.
And then when Clay came back and did that picture, like, I understand where you were trying to come from,
Clay,
but it wasn't the way to go. It's
I got a bone to pick with Clay, actually, so to keep
it's
going.
like, it's not any of your place to try to do something like that. But in season 2, this man went from being at his lows, like being someone you really were scared for, like you were like, this man is changing, he's not going to do anything, like nothing good, and then he comes back and he's like, I've changed, I'm actually trying to make a difference. Even from the beginning of this season, he was trying to do something. He was doing the right thing by saying the truth and throwing himself under the bus to make sure Hannah got justice.
And only for Montgomery to just do the unnecessary, like...
When I saw, when he came back and had recovered and showed that he was changed and that he was a so much better person, and he was actually trying to do good, like he was making amends, he apologized for his situation and what he had done to the baseball team, and then for this scene to happen, this
gut-wrenching, hard to watch. I had to fast forward, like...
I didn't, because I wanted to see, like...
I had to, like, after I saw the broom, I was like, oh my god.
The thing that hit me hard is when he was literally at home, like on the back, like the toilet, and he's wiping himself and he's just crying in tears. Like, that really did hit me hard, because like this man tried and he did try to change, and I felt for him when he did come out with like these guns and was gonna go to the school. But when
it's like almost like you couldn't even blame him at that point.
You couldn't blame him, but then I also realized there's a lot of kids at that school who hadn't hurt him.
Yeah.
there was three kids possibly that did do actual damage to this kid, and possibly those 3 kids weren't even at the dance. So you were gonna cause this whole commotion, take other people's lives possibly,
and then lose your own,
because those people who were trying to get back at weren't even there. So it wasn't the way to go. But seeing him at his lowest both times and seeing how these 2 low points had affected him, it really was heartbreaking and devastating to see how much he had grown.
Yeah. So Ned's character, Jessica Davis. I want to start off with Jessica. Season 1, hated Jessica so much. The only reason I kind of felt for her was the whole Bryce situation. But this season, I came to love Jessica to the maximum.
She's an empowered woman who is putting herself in such a hard situation to get herself like forward and to represent these people who have gone through this, people who've gone through sexual assault as a female. And I completely understand that because I've never been through the situation that she had went through as a character, but there is certain things where I've seen people that I know or people in my family who have gone through situations like that. It is heartbreaking to see and to know that she was able to go and to do this so many things to make sure that she, not just herself, but Hannah had gotten justice, because she wasn't the only one who was going through this. For these so many girls who were in this box, it was just like so emotional, because I went from hating her guts from season 1
absolutely
letting her
and her friendship with Clay and Zach. I really like that dynamic for some reason. Her rekindling her relationship with Alex was very good, and I'm glad that she's one of the only people that didn't give him a pass of how he's disabled and how he almost killed himself. At his birthday party when she was like, no, F you.
She became more blunt and honest instead of just throwing things under the rug like she did for the first season, and I really did appreciate that as a character.
Very much.
Because not only as a colored woman or someone who is a minority or someone who has gone through such a hard situation, she really went and upped herself and did so much for her character. This character developed in so many good ways, and it was amazing.
Next character, Courtney Crimson. To be warned, Courtney, besides Bryce, season 1, Courtney was my least favorite character in the whole world. I absolutely could not stand her. I hated her so much. But this season, I didn't mind her too much. I felt like her coming out.
She wasn't in it as much, which made me feel very happy, because I feel like she wasn't that important.
She wasn't that important.
But her coming out and facing the truth and being like, this is who I am and I'm not going to hide it, was really good. And it really did show that she is changing, and her being able to be like, I'm not a part of any of this drama anymore. Just telling, oh my gosh, what's that kid, Marcus? Telling Marcus to tell the truth, there's no reason why to lie.
Yeah.
Was her highest moment, I think, of both seasons. I don't know if she would come back next season. I don't see why she would as much. But she did, grow a lot, but not as much as other characters did. So she grew just enough to make her
her character
admirable.
Dynamic wasn't important. It was more of just, that's cool, I don't hate you anymore. Ned's character, Zach Dempsey.
Oh my gosh. Other than the fact that he is so fine,
his character dynamic was one of my favorites. His situation with Hannah
was mind-blowing. I was
liking that. I honestly was really liking that. Because now you kind of know why she was upset about the whole notes thing during her take.
But this all happened after the note. Yeah, that's the thing. Because he apologized at the movie theater when he saw her during the summer.
That's right.
So this all happened after the note. So they rekindled.
They
started this romance.
And his friendship with Alex, Clay, and Jessica, I was liking it too. And how he fought Bryce in the hallway. First of all, that hallway fight was epic. That was epic. My God. That looked fun.
I can honestly say I never hated Zach completely. I thought he was messed up for how he did Hannah. But when you saw in season 1 that he did keep the note, it was wow, he did care for her. And then to find out all these things happened after that note situation in season 2, it all made sense that he might have not been the one for Hannah, but he wasn't the wrong one.
He wasn't the wrong,
at all. He was caught up in not wanting for her to get hurt, but in the way it did hurt her even more, which is I feel like a lot of people handle that in certain ways. And it was just the way he developed, he went from with these awful group of friends to going and developing good friends and developing a good sense of morals and being able to talk to his mom more and be able to do all these different things, and to actually be a person who's I don't need to stand by someone who has money when I'm going to be there for the people I actually care about. His scene when he took his sister out of there,
that was
going against his mom, I felt for him. That was when I was I literally love you. And low-key, he is a coward, because he could have been stopping so many things.
So many things, but at least
But for him to still try to get out of the situation and do it without getting hurt more, I still do have faith in him that he's going to develop even more as a character.
But yeah.
I love him so much. Like, so much.
Kevin Porter. Okay, my personal opinion about Mr. Porter is I feel like he overstepped many boundaries this season because of things he didn't do in the past. I understand he didn't come from a place of ill intention, but I feel like all the things he did wasn't necessarily to help people. It was more to make himself feel good and of his mistakes instead of really caring about that girl. Like what Sherry said when she walked into his office the first day, like, if you need anything, help me. She's like, well, if I get raped. Like, it's the truth. Like, you can't go and try to fight Justin's parents and, like, his stepdad and stuff, like, show up to their house. Like, that's illegal. Like, and I feel like it wasn't because he really wanted to help. I feel like it was just his moral, like, his guilt and stuff. Like, he just wanted to get over it versus really trying to help the students. That's my personal opinion.
Okay, my opinion on him is that I hated him. I always thought he could do more. In this season, he did try to do more. But the thing is, he went about it the wrong way.
Very wrong.
The completely wrong way. Like, you getting arrested and you acting like you don't care and you're going to go behind breaking rules and all that. You were a person who was actually trying to make a difference. If you would have stuck by the rules and made a difference, you could have been someone who could have helped Tyler in the long haul and not had the situation escalated. So that's what I hated about it. But when he went and he was testifying, he was like, I could have done more. Forget these rules. I could have done so much more. That was literally heartbreaking because he put his line on the job. Like, he put his income for his family, like his future with his family on the line for this. And it was just like something you could have done a while ago, you did now, and I respect it. But now you just destroyed everything for yourself. But that means you're helping get justice, which is good.
Next character.
Okay, so next character is Tony Padilla. I loved him so much in both seasons.
I like how at the dance, like when the song about Clay's and Hannah's song came on, like he knew exactly to go to Clay.
He was like, I gotta go help my friend. Like,
on the low, I wasn't feeling his storyline with that one boxer guy. I just feel like it was just.
I feel like it's not like I feel
it
like
was forced.
I feel like it's gonna come out more genuine, like, throughout
next
season.
It's kind of forced. I was like,
but it wasn't like the point of his character. Like, you saw him like at his low and like his history and why he helped Hannah out so much and his friendship with Hannah, because you did not get that at season 1.
You didn't. You're like, why is he helping her so much?
You were just like, but then you see that he's still there for Mrs. Baker. Yeah.
Well, Miss now.
Yeah,
we'll get to that in a minute.
You like see her in so many different lightings. You see him in a different lighting, and you see his relationships, and you see how he's been and everything like that, and you see how he has developed from somebody when he knew Hannah to the person he is now. He's still the same person, just more genuine, and someone who's like, I'm gonna do stuff, but I'm doing it the right way.
Yeah.
And it's truly amazing.
It is. Next character. Hold on, just go down. Next character, Justin Foley. Okay, I want to start with Justin. First season, hated Justin with a passion. After what he did to Clay, what he did to Hannah, the stuff he did to Jessica about Bryce, hated him. And then coming into this season, I was concerned that he wasn't going to be in the season. Then seeing that he was like a crackhead, homeless, all that, it was hard to watch. And he honestly did really care about Jessica. He did. I do believe he cared about Jessica. He came to the school and everything. And to see him just like after the whole Jessica thing happened, he was going to revert to his old ways and stuff. And you know, he like Clay really did, you know, like a real brother would. And it's, you know, it's crazy to think that like he's getting adopted now by them.
My opinion on Justin Foley, I hated this man. I hated him from the day one. Like when he took that picture of Hannah, I was like, you started this. Like, you were the one who started this for Hannah. Like, you put her out there and you did.
He did ruin her reputation.
But to see how he went and like left and was like how he like went into Jessica so bad. Like, how do you say you love someone and do them like that? But I kind of saw his point of view. Like, this person, Bryce, has been there for me no matter what. His family's been there for me. How can I turn my back on him? But then when you leave that and you see it from a different point of view, like he did once he was in Clay's life and saw it, like he was able to see, these people are wrong for me. Like, everything I'm doing, me getting on meth and me doing all this is so wrong. And when I realized that he was getting arrested too,
I was
crying.
And it made
I
me
was like,
so mad.
He put himself out there to make sure Jessica got justice, and he did even more time than Bryce
But then Bryce did, because Bryce is rich, and Justin, and it sucks because like, not Justin did something bad. He has no home to go to.
I cried so much because like when I saw him, like when like Clay was like, yeah, like we want to adopt you. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah,
I was crying so much. It was
moment.
such an emotional thing, but like I want to see how he like develops with his drug issue because of what did happen with his like him injecting himself in his toe. But I feel like he's gonna go on the right path because of Jessica and Clay, and he just diverted for a second. But I do feel like he's gonna develop even more into a really good character. And I can honestly say this, like I like how they, because you know in like the first season he had such flawless skin and all that, and I like how they did make sure that he did look like have features, like he was going through detox and all that, like with his like marks on his skin and all that. I did like those looked so legit.
Next character, Bryce Walker. This dude, like, okay. First of all, I want to start off with his little girlfriend, Chloe. Chloe, I don't care you're pregnant. Actually, I'm kind of glad you're pregnant. You had that coming. You had that coming. There is a picture of him raping you while you're unconscious.
And you want to go and defend
him.
And then you want to go and be like, I'm pregnant. I don't know what to do to Jessica.
No.
The person that you were supposed to be helping, and you just, oh my god. Oh,
I don't feel that. Like when she said that, I was like, I almost laughed because
like,
like the karma. Honestly.
Full circle. Like
you
deserve this.
Back around because you
like Beyonce said, like you deserve
all
that.
of it.
And Bryce, I really want them.
Okay, I don't even have words for Bryce. The only reason why
I know that they're not doing as hard of a punishment on Bryce, like writing it like that.
I feel like his karma is gonna come.
No, because
so
that's how it is in the real world.
No,
the person who is higher up, social wise, and is a majority and all that is going to get off easier.
What did he get? 3 months probation. Like
and like
Justin
he lost his
jail.
Scholarships. Like your parents paid for a new football field. Like you're fine. You don't need scholarships.
He really doesn't.
What I'm saying is that they're not going to be able to. They're making it so realistic because this is what happens in the real world, and I completely understand that. But it just irks me to see that he didn't get karma. But it's going to be even more karma coming out in the long haul because like you want to go and get someone pregnant, like you want to go and do this and that. Like your mom is probably disgusted by you. Your parents
when she slapped him in the face.
I loved that.
I was like,
that's what you raised me like this. No, she did not.
She might. I'm not saying she's a saint of a mother, but
nobody raises their kids like that.
Nobody. And just because your mother's not in the picture doesn't mean you go and rape people.
Because look at Justin. His mom's a crackhead.
And he didn't even know his dad.
And he's not.
And he's like piss poor, and he's doing well off. So
like
Bryce,
he might go down his.
I don't even have words for Bryce.
For him to
honestly,
go and lie about Hannah in court.
Yeah, how are you gonna lie on that girl if she's dead and you raped her?
What? It's like
I don't even have words for him. All I'm gonna say is that I pray something. I don't even like.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting for season 3, and like I'm just waiting.
If something doesn't happen to him season 3,
I'm gonna email Selena Gomez and be like, we need to rewrite this because I'm not having this.
I was not feeling that. Next characters, Mrs. and Mr. Baker. Okay, Mr. Baker, you are.
You lose your daughter and you want to go and start a new family. It doesn't work like that. It does not work like that. Your daughter is still going to be in your heart no matter what.
No matter what.
For you to go and take care of someone else's kid, by all means, do you. But not even 6 months afterwards. Like, it was barely 5 months after everything happened. And you want to go and
you were
move
cheating on your wife, dude.
And your daughter saw that. Like, and you didn't bother to ask how she was going to feel or anything like that.
You just said, don't tell your mom.
But, like, for your kid not to have that outlet, it really is emotional.
And for this trial, instead of supporting your wife, telling her, you can do this, even if you don't want to be involved with it, you could at least support her to say, just drop it, Olivia. Why, Olivia? Like, what is wrong with you? You don't want to get justice for your daughter? Like, dude, you are just... like, you just... Let's talk about Mrs. Baker, because, he's about to make me throw up.
I literally love her so much.
She's a very encouraging.
I do understand how she was towards her daughter, like Hannah, like how she would be like, oh, like this is not... But a lot of moms are like that. Like, they want you to be able to... They always are going to tell you you're beautiful and all that. But at times they might point out your flaws because it's going to help you build your self-esteem. And it's better for you to hear from someone you love than someone that literally is going to hurt your heart so much. And I feel like that's where the mom was coming from. But to see that she has been fighting for her daughter every day, no matter what, and to see that she was still helping Jessica, like, that is so amazing. And it was just like, you can't get justice for your daughter, but you're gonna help someone else get it. And it was just so...
Yeah, like how she was playing almost like mom to everybody. Like, she was playing mom to Tony, she was playing mom to Clay, she was playing... That scene between her and Jessica, when Jessica was like bawling her eyes out, and she just hugs her and tells her, because she's like, I wish I did that to my daughter. That was... And now to the last character, Clay Jensen. I'm not gonna lie, Clay pissed me off this season. I understand him being haunted by Hannah's ghost was very interesting during this season. It was
emotional roller coaster, not just for Clay Jensen, but for the audience,
for the viewers, very.
But in my mindset, it was more like, it's not really her ghost, it's his conscience, because he's like, I could have done more, and like him finding out what everything was going on with Hannah. But I mean, the way he went about it, like,
it's like he tried to play God about everything. It's like he tried to play God about everything. How he would try to say,
Hannah isn't personally asking for justice for what she did, because she completely understands what she did. She's asking justice for all these people who are still alive and living with what happened to her. And he wasn't able to understand that until the very end. And he was willing to throw Jessica under the bus, willing to throw all these people under.
Yeah, how he sent out the tapes, that made me so mad, because it's like, dude, how are you trying to play God? Like, you, like how he kept telling, he was like, oh, Jessica, you made it worse, Zach, you made it worse, Clay, you're not a saint either. Like, last time I showed you were on those tapes, you're one of the reasons. You don't play God towards
He's not one of the reasons, though. He's not. Like, she says it. She says it in the tape.
But still, it's like,
you are not one of the reasons.
But I don't like...
He was literally 2 reasons why she stayed alive, why she would have wanted to. And it's so hard to think, like, you're gonna let 2 reasons... Like, when I saw
2 more reasons versus the 11, yeah.
Like, you don't play your life with the pros and cons, which is one of the reasons why I did not like Hannah this season.
I didn't like her either. I found her character very...
I found her character to be very, like, oh, I'm such a victim, but, like, at times you were playing with fire and you knew it.
And you got burned. But that's how Clay, he was just doing way too much for me this season. I felt like he really did try to make himself seem like the saint in everything.
But he wasn't.
Like, he almost shot
How are you going to go and judge Justin when he's trying to do something to better everyone else? And you want to be like, no, this isn't, it's your fault. It's your fault. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't.
And how are you going to try to pressure Jessica to tell her own story? Like, that's hard for a girl to say. Like, I did not like Clay this season.
I didn't like Clay this season at all. The only moment I did like him is when he did keep Tyler
from shooting up the school.
And then he's just there holding the gun, like, what the...
And I felt for him when he was crying when him and Hannah's song was playing.
I felt for him, and I felt like that was my favorite scene of the whole show.
That was my favorite scene.
Because they were all just joined there holding him. Like, we're a support system. Like, we are a family now. Hannah brought us together, and nothing is going to keep us apart. They are like this. Like, they are.
But overall, that is our recap of season 2. I thought this season was phenomenal. Probably one of the best shows, not only on Netflix, just in general nowadays. You know, it's very raw, very authentic in my opinion.
It is very, like, eye-opening, and I do remember this conversation I had with my mom when the first season came out. She was like, this isn't high school. And I'm like, this is high school on steroids, but these are issues that does happen.
These are issues that do happen in high school.
And teenagers do deal with, and it is very emotional to see. And, like, I don't know, like, I did really feel for every character, and even if it wasn't true, or this is based on some situations that are actually happening, and I feel for anyone who is ever going through this, like, you could always have me to talk to, or you might not know me, but, like, I would always be here for someone.
Emails, yeah.
You could talk to anyone, like, find help. There are hotlines, like, you never have to go through that situation, and it's just an emotional show, and I really do love it, and I do love all the characters in it, even though I might hate them most of the time, especially Bryce. But I do love it because these are just characters, and the actors who are playing them do have to deal with backlash. They portray them very well. And it's just to see someone bring in, like, the story of high schoolers. Like, we are high schoolers. Like, we do go through things like this, and it is very emotional.
I personally feel like for the parents that watch the show that may be concerned about their kids possibly having suicidal thoughts, I don't think the show promotes suicide necessarily at all. I think it's more to start a conversation. It's more to start a conversation about topics such as sexual assault, bullying, suicide. Like, it's trying to start a conversation with your children, not encourage anything. And I feel like if you sat down and just watched the show, you would understand. I feel like there's more to it than just a girl that killed herself.
Especially, I can understand that from season 1 because of the suicide scene.
Yeah, but
I don't think it glorifies it at all because it does show like the pain and the backlash everyone goes through. It's supposed to keep you from thinking, why shouldn't you just like how people do get affected afterwards, and it should just be able to show you like your parents will be able to be like, so are you watching this? Like, what's going on? Like, do you relate to this anyway? It should start a conversation, not a debate on whether it is okay what happened in the show. It's not a debate. This isn't supposed to be a debate at all. This is supposed to be a discussion and talking about it like we did right now about our feelings about certain characters and how they did. Like, it's a discussion about this situation that is very real and very hard to deal with because
and very hard to
talk
talk about.
I've done this personally, and it is very hard to deal with, and it is a lot to handle. But you do get through it. Life is hard. Some people resort to that by all means. It's not okay, but sometimes there is another way out. And so I do feel bad for people who have gone through that, or people who have known people who've gone through that. Like, it is a lot to deal with. And 13 Reasons Why does hit on a lot of good reasons, and it's just an emotional roller coaster.
Very
and
emotional.
Not a lot of people should see it if they're not ready, if they are going through things like that.
But yeah. So guys, this is our reaction to the second season of 13 Reasons Why. If you like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. If you like us and our content and you want more of it, hit that subscribe button and have that notification ringer on. Make sure you go in the description box to see our social media accounts. And tune in for the next video we have coming up this summer. Me and Steph are going to be in different places. She's going to be in El Paso for a good bit of summer. I have ROTC stuff I'm concerned about, and I'm trying to get a job. But we'll definitely make sure to keep uploading more videos. We both have our separate channels, which will also be in the description box down below.
Subscribe!
Subscribe, guys, and we'll make sure to see you guys next time. Bye.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit that little bell icon to get notified every time we post a new video.